right now. Let's get into other discussion. Efforts by officers and men of the NNS Delta towards making Nigerian waters safe and stopping those hell-bent on crippling the Nigerian economy is paying off.
More than 2,000 metric tons of stolen crude oil was intercepted Tuesday with 9 foreigners and a Nigerian on board the ship.
Oil theft over the years has been one big problem the Nigerian government has had to grapple with. A good chunk of the nation's natural resources gets stolen mindlessly. NNS Delta, on routine duty on Nigerian waters, intercepted a 2,500 metric ton vessel registered in Panama. Parading the suspects before newsmen, Commodore Ibrahim Dewu, Commander NNS Delta, said the arrest was a payoff for the hard work his men had put into stopping the activities of oil thieves.
The vessel has been around our waters. What they do, they go to the high sea during the day, and at night, they come in late night to the jacket, connect to the jacket and siphon crude oil. We've been trailing them for like 3 days now. And this is the 4th night that they've been coming in and going out. As you can see, the vessel is fully loaded with the crude, illegal crude oil that has been stolen, and this is what they keep doing.
Commodore Dewu said the vessel, as at the time of arrest, was connected to an unlighted jacket at Afrimo platform, Fakados offshore, with a length of 73 meter and 40 meter breadth and a draught of 4 meter, and had already loaded more than 2,000 metric tons of crude oil before it was arrested. The vessel had on board 10 crew. They are 2 Pakistanis, 4 Ghanaians, and 1 Indonesian. Others are 2 Ukrainians and 1 Nigerian. When interviewed, the captain of the vessel, Nasir Khan, simply feigned ignorance.
You go and loading there, all official. After complete all official paper, everybody come in here, give manifest, everything they give. So I came here. I don't know this is illegal work. If illegal work, I cannot.
How did you know that it's official then?
I don't know.
The NNS Delta commander appealed to oil companies within the state to keep close tabs on their oil jackets day and night to prevent bunkers from having access to them.
All right, that's the background to the story. This is not the first time we're having this. The point there is foreigners being involved in illegal oil bunkering. It makes the whole issue even more complicated.
Well, it is a cartel, and it goes beyond the flanks of
just one country.
You know, but the point there, according to you, is that there must be an insider working in. And the vessels, some of those vessels are owned by some Nigerians. We've not heard the names of some of those Nigerians. Akubolo Kemi, the former Nimasa boss, promised to name some names. We know how it ended anyway. So a lot of questions there,
but
really.
But even the NNS Delta, I understand, is registered in Panama.
Oh yes, this particular one is registered.
This particular one now is registered in Panama.
And there are some vessels, some intercepted last year that, according to the Navy, wasn't even registered in any part of the country. So a lot of agencies are also culpable here. What is the Nigerian Port Authority doing? How will the vessel be there for how long and is not registered?
It's not registered,
you know,
and
quite a lot of
alarm is
questions.
not raised anywhere. Now, these are some of these questions Nigerians would like to know. The point is, when these things happen, and there is a threat, we're going to name names, and then all of a sudden something just happens and nobody hears anything again.
Akubolo Kemi, we don't know where he is right now.
All right. Now we're joined by the former National General Secretary of the Ijaw Youth Congress Worldwide, Bristol Alagbaria Emmanuel. Good morning, Bristol. It's good to have you join us now.
Good morning.
Yeah, good morning.
Yes, you are in the Niger Delta, and I know you are very familiar with this trends. Tell us how complicated are the issues of illegal oil bunkering in the Niger Delta now?
Well, actually, the problem we have now is that there is this natural justice that the people must participate. And the federal government and other stakeholders they have some few individuals within these communities have also devised means by which they can participate. And it has also been managed over this time since the federal government made a statement that they will legalize this illegal refinery, but in an advanced form, in the sense that there will be modular refineries where they will be given license and trained, build their capacity so that the community can participate. So the illegal refinery that is taking place here, I will say that there is a whole collaboration, because if there is no enabling market outside the Niger Delta environment, the business will not thrive. And also we know that there has been this scarcity of forex products across the country. You will not believe that for a very long time, by the third quarter of last year, the illegal refined product has been one of the source of the country. It has gone around this country, many filling stations, and even in one of the town halls.
All right, we seem to...
Bristol, are you still
Bristol,
there?
are you still there? Well, the network is really poor today. I wonder what's going on. Oh, all right.
Okay.
Bristol, are you still there? You were making a point.
I'm here, I can hear you. I can hear
Please
you.
go on with your point.
Yeah. So even like what I was saying, the former president of IYC jokingly made a statement in one of the town hall meetings that if they take a forensic test of the product,
Nice Delta is also dependent the one in Nassau. The original to start the contractors to make it profit. But I want to tell you that it has been a very big market that in a great measure we live pushing that gap, that importation gap.
That importation gap. People don't ask why, even when the forex was so scarce to get in the regular market and also in the local market, but yet there has been some sort of stability in the petroleum product, the pricing and also the distribution. It is because of those products that have been produced from the Niger Delta environment. They have helped the government in a great measure in cushioning this gap.
Okay, because of some connection issue there, I hope we have not missed out some of your points. I'm trying to understand how that is a good thing for the Nigerian government. But let's look at the international angle to this thing. Like you rightly mentioned, if there is no market for it, people won't siphon crude oil and sell. How can the government work out some international agreement with some countries, especially people who are in the Gulf of the Guinea?
No, now it is not by working agreement and having an understanding with some international communities or government.
Also in terms of importation, even within local markets, I want to say categorically that 90% of the products produced from the region does not leave this country.
Of the product produced from the region does not leave this country. It is circulated within this country because of the scarcity of forex. People, like I said initially, you mentioned that there was a network issue, so probably you might have also missed out in some of the points that I have raised. Now, because of the scarcity in a petroleum product in this country, that the government seems not to have done anything about it. Importers don't have access to forest to import this product, and even it's so expensive. The product from Niger Delta has helped in a great measure. So even when you discuss with other countries' governments, within the local market is a huge market. But now we're not talking about that. We're talking about that how can we now be a source of revenue to the federal government? That should be the question, not to stop the people. Because one inevitable truth is that you cannot stop the people in as much as the same.
If the government could engage their program now that they have initiated, if they will march towards the action, that they include the people establishing modular refineries, why the government should concentrate in exporting refined products, not even crude. Then the modular refineries will address the local market consumption. Just as we travel abroad, we don't import crude, we import refined products. Nigeria should also export refined products. If any country needs gas, if there's gas, if you need petrol, if you need a CPK, if you need HU, if you need aviation fuel, whatever thing we produce there, if you need wax, whatever thing we produce there, we should export those products. We also do know that we have close to more than 1,005 products in that product that could be derived from petroleum.
In that product that could be.
Modular refineries should concentrate on domestic consumption. By so doing, the 90,000 people will feel relieved. They will see themselves as partners in process of the federal government.
People will feel relieved.
Collaboration. If there is no collaboration, the people that will come with their vessels, that will come with huge sums of money, can easily induce the community for them to look into this local refinery operation. Then, as far as I'm concerned, I don't know clearly that the people that are operating this refinery don't have
operating this refinery don't have the form.
All right, Bristol, let me put you on hold a little. Yeah, Bristol, let me put you on hold. We seem to be having distortions in your audio, but we're going to come back to this. We have a guest in our Port Harcourt studio, Bristol Lagbaria Emmanuel. We've been talking about this. Bristol, before we go on the news update in just about a minute, let me ask you this. How concerned should we all be as a people again about illegal oil bunkering now that even foreigners are involved?
Okay, now the only
include the people and regulate it. Because if you say you want to stop it completely, it's impossible. Because the pipeline cut across our community, and even some of these operators of the IoT, they have also abandoned with that pipe probably today, and the communities, they don't get this pipeline, they cut across. So if you want to say, if you're saying that...
And the communities, they know where this pipeline they cut across. So if you want to say, if you're saying that, okay, let us now use our cohesive force and stand them out, it means that you create hostility, and these boys will also devise other means. Because this illegal oil operation has spanned over...
them, regulating them. If you look at the amnesty program, the moment the government is invited stakeholders, it's cost them. The stakeholders were able to convene the refugees, and the government interfaced with them through the Ministry of National Welfare, through the Ministry of Amnesty, under the public president. This has also come down to agitation.
All right, Bristol.
So, yeah.
Right, thanks for staying with us on TVC Breakfast. Before we go into business, we were discussing the issues of illegal oil bunkering in the Niger Delta in the southern part of Nigeria. And we had with us a guest from Port Harcourt studio, Bristol Alagbaria Emmanuel. And we've been talking about this all the while. Now, Bristol, let me come to you again on this issue. Now, there are so much concerns, and in some quarters there are reports that some of these bunkerers, or people who are involved in siphoning of this oil, or crude oil rather, connive with multinational companies sometimes. What do you hear? What do you know about this?
Well, the business is a huge business. It's very expensive to operate and manage, and for it to have been sustained for this work.
But my own concern is that solving this problem, look at solutions. Now, the nice Delta environment, the community employ this oil.
Are not employed in these oil companies. Their primary livelihood has been destroyed from them. The environment has been polluted, even the aquatic life. Our parents here are predominantly fishermen or farmers, and there is no source of livelihood, and the government seems not to be the original livelihood.
All right, but Bristol, if I get, even though the lines are distorting, but if I get you clearly, you're trying to talk about the degradation and all of that and deprivation in the Niger Delta. But does that give justification to illegal oil bunkering?
No, even what the government has done over the time too, it is not justified, it is not dignified. Because, it is an embarrassment before the federal government that in other countries, their welfare is taken into consideration. There is also enabling laws and policies that
graceful, still not to be embarrassed by our act. So, you're saying that in as much as we do not support an operation that pollutes the environment, but to me, I want to differ from you calling it illegal, so the government should legalize it. There is obvious truth that the people must participate, and there is a local technology there that has been found. The government still must be paying attention to that local technology. I expect that the government do that, but the fact that this waste is produced and it's taken for test presently, so the products that is used to this illegal operations, not the taken for test, they pass test. So the government should look into this technology.
they pass test. So the government should look into this technology, develop this technology, and who knows, it might also be exported outside this country. It might also.
All right, I think we'll leave it there.
I think we have to leave it here now. Thank you, Bristol Alagbaria, for joining us. We apologize to our viewers. We couldn't really get clearly the beginning to the end of that discussion due to distortions, but we apologize for that.